Cowboys fans, get ready for some explosive news that could change the defensive landscape of the team. In the midst of the NFL free agency winds, an intriguing rumor linking the Dallas Cowboys to Kansas City Chiefs cornerback star L'Jarius Sneed has surfaced. But is this truth or fiction? Let's unravel this mystery together. The spark for this news comes from Tony Pauline of Sportskeeda, but here on our channel, we don't take things lightly. We're not here to be mere passive recipients of information. We want to see the evidence. We want them to show us the path that led to this conclusion. Who is reporting this? And are they backing up their information with concrete data? L'Jarius Sneed, a talented 27-year-old and former fourth-round pick, has shone with the Kansas City Chiefs, especially after his outstanding performance with the Super Bowl champions. Now, free agency is looming, and speculation suggests that the Chiefs might use the franchise tag with a staggering cost of around $19 million to retain him. But why do the Cowboys come into the picture? It's a question we're all asking. First, let's examine Dallas's financial situation. They are currently over the salary cap for 2024 by approximately $14 million, but don't worry, they have some tricks up their sleeve. They plan strategic maneuvers, including a new contract for their star quarterback, Dak Prescott, which could generate an additional $20 million in salary cap space. However, here's where the plot thickens like a good movie script. The real obstacle seems to be a mathematical problem. Dallas already has players with significant contracts, such as DeMarcus Lawrence with $20 million, Micah Parsons with nearly $30 million, Trayvon Diggs with $20 million, when healthy, and Darren Bland, who is a year away from being eligible for his own $20 million contract. The big question we all have is, are the Cowboys really considering adding the third cornerback with a $20 million contract when they already have 5 defensive players consuming the staggering sum of $110 million of the salary cap? That amounts to 45% of the salary cap on just 5 defensive players. In theory, it might be possible, but in practice, is it wise? It doesn't seem like the most sensible option. Did someone in a position of authority really provide this information to a media outlet? We have our doubts, and here we are, like third-grade teachers, marking our doubts in the margins of the test. So, Cowboys fans, stay tuned because this free agency story is far from being a confirmed truth. Are the Cowboys considering a bold move that will change the course of the team, or is it just smoke without fire? Don't detach. Keep watching to discover how this intriguing situation unfolds in the world of the Cowboys. Now, it's explosive news in the world of the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones, owner of the Cowboys, has made a bold promise for 2024, a total commitment and a clear plan, more physicality and strength on defense. And to fulfill this ambitious goal, Jones has his eyes on an elite player, Devin White, star linebacker of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jones, known for his willingness to spend on standout players, has highlighted the need to reinforce the defense and stop the running game as key priorities for the upcoming season. Enter Devin White, a young linebacker with an impressive track record that includes winning a Super Bowl and multiple Pro Bowl and All-Pro selections. However, the question that arises is this possible addition to the Cowboys roster realistic? While White would fit perfectly into the strategy of strengthening the defense, some analysts express doubts about the financial viability of this move. Spotrac estimates an annual contract of $10.7 million for 2 years, a figure that could be prohibitive for the Cowboys. Furthermore, Pro Football Focus critiques do not fully support White's addition to the team. Last season, the Cowboys experienced difficulties at the linebacker position, especially after Leighton Vander Esch's injury. With uncertainty about his return and the change in defensive coordinator after Dan Quinn's departure, questions arise about how White would fit into the Cowboys' defensive plan. Although the idea of adding White generates excitement among fans, Jerry Jones' reputation for not pursuing big-name players for over a decade raises questions about the real probability of seeing Devin White sporting the star on the Cowboys' helmet. Uncertainty surrounds the franchise, but Jones promised to be all and adds an extra dose of excitement to the Cowboys' landscape in the upcoming season. Big stir in Dallas. The new defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys, Mike Zimmer, arrives with the promise of using his connections from the Minnesota Vikings to attract elite talent to the team's defense. Zimmer, known for his successful tenure as the head coach of the Vikings, where his teams maintained elite defense for 8 consecutive seasons, now has the opportunity to leverage his ties with standout players from that period to strengthen the Cowboys. Although he hasn't been on the coaching line for the past 2 years, Zimmer's defensive reputation remains intact. Now, with the Cowboys, he presents himself as the architect to remodel a defense aiming for Super Bowl glory. Among the players who could follow Zimmer to Dallas is Anthony Barr, a star linebacker who had a brief and challenging season with the Cowboys in 2022. Despite the setbacks, Zimmer and Barr's relationship dates back to the linebacker's early days with the Vikings during Zimmer's first season. Although Barr, at 31, may not be the dominant force he once was due to injuries, his experience and knowledge of Zimmer's system make him an intriguing option. Barr's history in Minnesota included 4 consecutive Pro Bowl appearances, establishing himself as one of the best in his position. Despite his challenging stint in Dallas last season, his understanding of the system and his connection with Zimmer could make him a valuable asset for the Cowboys. Amid the defensive reconstruction, the Cowboys may not need radical changes to their defensive line, but they could benefit from the experience and cunning of a veteran like Barr in key situations and to provide depth to the team. Will Anthony Barr be the first of a wave of former Vikings players to join the Cowboys' defensive revival? With Zimmer at the helm, anticipation is growing in Dallas, and the possibility of a Super Bowl is closer than ever. Zimmer's chapter in Dallas promises plenty of excitement. Dear Cowboys community, the winds of free agency blow strong and stir the waters in the Dallas Cowboys universe. From the intriguing rumor linking Jarius Sneed to the team to Jerry Jones' bold promise to strengthen the defense with the addition of Devin White, our journey through this free agency whirlwind has been anything but predictable. Starting with the initial spark provided by Tony Pauline of Sportskeeda, we delve into the fundamental question: are the Cowboys really considering adding a talented cornerback like Sneed to an already defensively saturated team? Salary cap figures, strategic maneuvers, and doubts about financial viability have woven an intriguing narrative that only time will unravel. And just when we thought the plot couldn't get more exciting, Jerry Jones enters the scene with an epic promise for 2024, more physicality, more strength on defense, and a focus on an elite player, Devin White. Expectations rise, but questions persist. Is this attempt to lure White to the Cowboys roster realistic? Spotrac figures and Pro Football Focus critiques lead us to question the financial feasibility and the player's adaptation to the team's defensive scheme. Although uncertainty surrounds White's potential arrival, Jerry Jones' promise to be all in adds an extra dose of excitement to the Cowboys' landscape in the upcoming season. Now, we want to hear your voices. Do you believe these moves are strategically smart and realistic, or are we facing a mountain of speculations? Share your opinions in the comments, give a like to show your support, and don't forget to subscribe to closely follow every chapter of this fascinating saga. Cowboys Nation, get ready for an emotionally charged journey. The season of truth is about to begin, and we want you to be part of every moment.